Hello, and welcome to your 10 at 10. Today's December 14th, 2023. Today, we're going to talk about your purpose statement. Similar to a why, but this is better. Things are a little bit different with what I'm going to talk about today, right? So, as most of you know, I am reading The Dragon and the Goat by Rebecca Mountain. I think this might be the third time I'm reading this book. It's 100% about self-development and creating mind shifts. And I know a couple of weeks ago we talked about a mind shift, right? We talked about, when you're goal setting, don't think about where you're at now to set your goals. Think about where you want to be when you set your goals. And I think that's along the lines of the mind shift that I want to talk about today. Right? So we're talking about our purpose statement. So also a few weeks ago, I talked about your why, right? And not just our why, but our value proposition, right? And how several years ago I would teach, purpose or your value statement and your value propositions, and I would teach those, and we would create a great big word salad. And sometimes that's difficult to remember the word salad. You'd have to memorize it and this, that, and the other thing so that you could say it, and it'd come out all clumsy sometimes unless you practiced it a million times. So, we changed that to just have a few talking points that you can remember that are important to the person you're talking to. And this is a similar thing, only the difference is, right? We're not doing this for other people. We're doing this part for you. So, and again, similar mind shift. We're not talking about where you're at now. We're not talking about what you do now, how you interact with people now. We're talking about how you want to be, right? So all of your actions today have created where you're at today, right? But if your goal is to be just where you are at today, okay, that might be fine for you, but most of us want more. Most of us want to be in a different place, or at least have a different amount of success than we have today, right? That's why we have goals. That's why we want more than we have today. That's typical for most of us, especially in this industry, right? So as we're talking about this, I guess I'm the only one talking with this 10 at 10, but as we're talking about this, I want you to be thinking about where you want to be, who you want to be, how you want to be, right? That's what we're talking about. So the first step in this process is to make it personal. What words or phrases, right, are about you? What do you want to be known for, right? So for me, the words that I use, right? Calm, confident, driven, and constantly improving. Those of you that know me and see me every day, right, know that I always want to move everything I'm working on. I want to move everything forward every single day. I don't have to complete it every day, but I want to move it forward closer to completion. And yeah, I want to get shit done too, but it only happens when you move things forward. And that goes with me, right? I try to read every single day. Try to watch my diet. I'm trying to exercise. I'm trying to improve every day. It's important to me. And that's one of the things that makes it personal for me. So a couple of words, a couple of phrases, whatever it is to make it personal for you, right? The second step is it's about interactions. How do you want to interact with people? So as you can see, this is sort of like a roadmap to your success, right? Of how you want to be. What is it about your interactions that will get you there? So how do I want to interact with people? I want to be inspirational. I want to be tough but fair with kindness. And there's a fine line there, and it's really, really tough to sometimes be tough but fair with kindness, right? So, especially in our industry, right? There's tons of agents that, oh, yeah, I'd like more business. I'd like to do this, that, or the other thing, but they don't really want it enough to be successful at it. And I've had conversations where agents would come in and say, you know, Tom, this just isn't working. And my conversation is like this, right? Well, did you do this, that, and the other thing that we talked about? Oh, yeah, I did it. Did you do it consistently? Well, I did it once and it didn't work, so I stopped. Well, part of the secret is consistency. So before you blame it for not working, you kind of got to accept some responsibility for yourself. And you got to make sure you're doing these things consistently so you have the success that you want. And if you need help with that, I'll gladly help you with that. But so tough, but fair with kindness. That's one of the things that are important to me. And then the third step, and this is again, this is one of the mind shifts I keep talking about, right? So that it's not a so what, it's a so that, right? Why do we do these things? Why are these important, right? Why do we interact with people in a given way? We do that so that these things happen, right? So that I can achieve what my goals are, so that I can be who I want to be, right? So what do I mean by so that? So my so that, right, is I do these things so that I can help those that want it. So I can help those that want to have better lives with more success, right? I want to help people that want to have better lives with more success. And they have to want it enough to actually do something about it. They can't just say they want it, because I'm done with those people, right? I want to help those that want to have better lives with more success. Like, that's my so that. And we've seen it so often. Oh yeah, I'd like to, have $1 million. Okay, go out and work for it. This is how you're going to get there. And then they don't do anything. They don't follow through. They don't want it. They like it, but they don't want it. They don't want it enough to do something about it. So in my mind, there's a very different category that I'm going to dedicate and make my decisions on a daily life, right? I'm going to make my decisions to help those that want to have better lives with more success. And if you think about this, right? I'm not just talking about agents. I'm talking about every decision in my life, interacting with every single person in my life. You think about that. I'm not just talking about agents, right? Now, the agents that want to have better lives with more success, that's definitely what I'm about. Think about it from a client perspective, right? I want to help clients that want to have better lives with more success. What about my family? Yeah, I want to help my family that want to have better lives with more success. That's important to me, and that's how I'm going to be making my decisions going forward. This is my purpose statement. So the fourth is bring it all together, right? So like Rebecca, like I'm going to read Rebecca's, because I think that was pretty cool too. And then you'll see where I'm going with it. So hers is, the purpose of my life is to be present, curious, and always focused on my personal growth, to ask damn good questions, to lead my clients to their GOAT selves so that I can help them lead happier, healthier, and more fulfilled lives. So mine would be, the purpose of my life is to be calm, confident, driven, and constantly improving so that I can inspire people in a tough but fair way with kindness, so that I can help them be successful, or I can help them have better lives with more success. And I think it's important that you understand the words. I don't think like you can turn this into a word salad, but the important part is that you have just a few words that resonate with you that get you to where you want to be. And I think that's really what I'm talking about. That's what Rebecca Mountain is talking about. And I think when you work through this process and you develop the things that are important to you and how you're going to get there, I think you're going to have more success in your entire life. And anyhow, I hope you have a great day. Do your best to make today awesome.